Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Drama Alert. We're here in the beautiful Glencoe. Slow down! We're here with my two good mates here, Joe Dunn and Reiss Dunn. Yes, they are related.
Yes, we are. When do you think I'm the better looking one? What are you laughing at?
I think it would be a good as time as ever to, I think, have a wee whiskey moment.
Yes,
hashtag whiskey
hashtag
moment.
Whisky Moment.
We've got two bottles of Glenmorangie here, the 10 and the 14 Portwood. And basically, I think a good idea would be just to compare the two and really see. I think for yourself, I think this would be the best example to understand how a finish in a whiskey differs to the original. You know, the 10-year-old Glenmorangie and the 14-year-old Portwood, they'll take their 10-year-old whiskey in ex-bourbon casks and they'll take port casks for Portugal and finish them off, and it changes the flavour and the texture and the...
And would that change the colour, do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
If you look at it different,
absolutely, straight away, yeah, with the colour of it, yeah. Well, I mean, you've not got a lot, haven't you?
Aye, can keep it coming.
So 10-year-old Glenmorangie, you've had this before, right?
Yeah.
Well, we had it all last night.
Aye. But we weren't really trying to taste it.
Yeah, we weren't really
to be fair.
This last night.
No, we certainly weren't enough. Vanilla smell, eh?
Right.
I'm getting like an apple.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting apple tea. Vanilla and apple a bit.
Yeah. Like a
no
green...
taste of vanilla,
like apple pie.
Oh, okay.
Not without the cream, obviously. I don't think.
Do you know taste of vanilla, no?
I do, but I feel like I taste vanilla in a lot of whiskies.
Vanilla's citrus, orange pith.
That's very spot on actually, how you said green apple there. I wouldn't have thought that. That was why, as soon as you said that, I went, fucking hell, that is green. It's no...
Aye.
Like, you could actually differentiate the two different types of the colour of apple and that whiskey. That's fucking
and that's the beauty. Like, apple juice is what I smell.
Okay, so tons of apple.
Yep. Vanilla and apple, that's what
Vanilla,
I smell.
apple, absolutely. I get a bit of orange peel. Like
Yeah,
when you peel an
I
orange.
did get orange peel.
Like a pith.
I didn't know that you could get apple and orange though. I felt like you'd have to be exclusive to one or the other.
On the palate,
I still struggle on the palate straight away to know, like, to still know get the twang. Like, it's I find that all my taste comes 5 to 10 seconds after I swallow.
so in the finish.
Aye.
Aye.
I put it in my mouth. It's apple juice. It's like, you know, it's like it's apple juice that's went. What's the word for it? It goes through a process to make it chopped up.
What, so cider?
No,
Fermentation?
fermentation. It's like fermented apple juice.
That would not be cider.
No, it's not cider. It's just like apple juice that's off. It's not off, but
You're not wrong what you're saying.
the finish for me is a wood finish, right?
Right.
But it's the wood of the apple tree that I've just been picking off.
It's a memory for you.
I still taste the vanilla, like.
It's maybe just the whiskies I've tasted though, but for me, the majority of the whiskies I do taste, a lot of them is the initial flavour of vanilla, which I really like.
Aye.
But then I tend not to include that in my tasting because I feel like that's a given. But it's not always
It's
the
like a
case.
generic guy.
Yeah.
The thing is, you're no wrong. Like I've said to you tons of times, you're no wrong in what you taste.
Aye.
It definitely, when you say vanilla, that's the key flavours in this. It's like fruity, citrus kind of flavours though. It's not quite red fruits.
No.
But you're definitely along the lines of citrus, vanillas. I think this is very malty, especially compared to that Auchentoshan.
Oh,
no, malt's a weird flavour, like cereal malt. Like
I wouldn't understand.
you wouldn't
the
know
flavour
what
of malt
it is, but when I say that to you, you're like, that's definitely maltier than an Auchentoshan. So have you ever had Glenmorangie 10 before?
No.
Well, except for last night. Aye.
Until last night.
It's definitely an easy going, like standard entry level sipper.
Aye.
It's no hard, it's no harsh, it's 40%, it's already watered down to that level where...
There's no spice in it whatsoever.
Right.
And
would you not even see a wee bit of cinnamon on the finish? Like
on the
as it
finish,
lingers?
yes, but see when you hold that on your tongue and try to taste things.
Got him!
When you try to hold that on your tongue and taste things, there's no, you know, what you gave me the R10 the other night, and I could hardly hold that in my mouth because it's so spicy, and you think, oh, geez, but that, I could sit with that in my mouth for 10-15 minutes You know, with it obviously.
Aye.
You obviously feel the need to swallow it at one point. It feels watered down.
Right.
But I know it's not watered down, but
I agree with that, actually. I agree with
you
that.
can sit with it so
It's
long.
approachable.
Very
Aye,
long.
yeah,
Aye,
yeah.
it's very
Sociable.
approachable.
Sociable. It's,
Aye.
You can cut
I'll
this
just
out.
put a bit of...
Aye.
So would you put any water in that because it's 40%?
I wouldn't.
Right. So that's what you would recommend because it's already.
So-
it's like I said before. It feels like it's already watered down. You don't think that putting a bit of water in that would unlock any flavour?
I don't think it complements it at all.
So
I think it
one
waters it
thing
down
as
too much.
well, that so if you hear a person that says I drink whiskey with a wee bit of water, or I drink whiskey with a wee bit of ice, or I drink whiskey with no ice, would you say that's a closed mindset then?
No, absolutely no. You drink the way I've explained it before is there's no right or wrong way to drink whiskey. The way you like to drink whiskey is the way you like to drink it.
But would you say in preference though, if someone was to change whiskey, that the water or ice content as such wouldn't actually make that much, like would make a difference on the difference of whiskies? So I take water with a whiskey, but you take water with that one, you take water with that one, it's going to be a lot different to that than it is to that.
Whiskey definitely opens up with some water, but I think what you're doing there is you're deproofing the whiskey, right?
Yep.
So at 40%, for me, that's at a level where the distillery's already deproofed that enough for me.
Yep.
They brought that down. When that came out the barrel, that was probably 69%, right? But to make it go longer, distilleries will add water and bring it down to 40,
Right.
so that it's very consistent.
Yep.
It's very approachable, and it needs to be 40% to be
Entry
Scotch
level.
whiskey, right?
Yeah.
And then if it's 39%, that's no Scotch whiskey,
Right.
Right, okay, right, I didn't know that.
right?
There you go,
So this we're going to try next is 46%, so that's 6% proof. You might taste more of an alcoholiness of it, but then there's more room to explode. There's that 6%, you can add a tiny wee drop of water and that'll change it drastically. And this is the Glenmorangie Quinta Ruban. It used to be a 12-year-old port cask finish, so i.e. 10 years old, then they took it out, put it in port, I think for 2
To
years,
finish it.
and put it in port cask for 2 years.
So it wouldn't be. And you're saying that they wouldn't start the whiskey process in those casks. They'd finish it in those casks. So when it says port finished, that's, you know, for what would be the minimum years that they would do it?
I don't think there's any right or wrong reason. I think they've left it in for another 2 years because it used to be 12.
Right.
So it would mean I think it was finished 2 years longer in port casks.
Glenmorangie, hit us up, let us know.
Whiskey Bry, I'm going to message you to find out for certain. I'm going to add a wee asterisk in here, but
Red apple.
fucking red fruit now, what the fuck?
aye, right, okay, right.
Sorry.
I know exactly. When you said that, I was like, yeah.
Fucking red fruit. That tastes like red. That's
No, remember it's wine. It comes. So the barrel
So-
has had
red
4 or 5
fruit.
wine in it, right?
Aye.
So grapes.
Red grapes.
That is fucking red fruit all day long. I smell nothing else.
So
that,
if
just
it's
shows
green
you
red.
that just shows you that the difference of the cask has actually completely changed the full flavour of that whiskey.
Yeah.
Because I tasted vanilla and apple off of that,
But
and I
you don't even
smell
get
no.
vanilla. No, you don't get any vanilla?
No vanilla for me.
I smell no vanilla off that whatsoever. None.
Not even like a raspberry ripple ice cream?
The tiniest
Raspberry sauce
bit.
on
The
an ice cream.
tiniest
Right.
bit though.
It's like aftershave.
Oh, it's fucking red fruit, man, all day.
Aftershave and red apple.
Aftershave. So take a wee sip. For me, it's quite the alcohol difference shows on this, right? You can tell that's 6% more alcoholic, right?
It's fuller.
I know, and
Feels
I
more
might
full.
be a way off here, but a wee tingy like elderflower.
I wouldn't know what that is though.
Like a perfuminess.
Well,
Yeah.
I said aftershave.
But it's not. That's what I'm trying to get in the middle of though.
So if you grab that water, right? Highland Spring, hit us up.
Sponsor us, please. Want some t-shirts?
Add a tiny wee drop of whiskey and oh my god.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
on the
That's my-
blooper reel. Add a tiny wee bit.
Tiny wee drop of water to it.
The legs are very good on that as well.
It's quite silky, right?
Yeah.
Velvet.
Yeah.
The legs on mine are quite thick.
Okay, so what would that tell you?
More full-bodied.
Thicker whiskies, right? Like a thick viscosity. Turkish Delight.
Yeah.
But the raspberry in Turkish Delight.
Raspberries.
It's raspberry, that's what I
right.
said.
Red
just that.
berries,
You're
Raspberry's
tasting
super
more. Now, go and give me another bit of water. Just a wee tiny bit more. Right.
What? But for you though, How much has that changed since when it was
Aye.
when you were asking me about what water does to whiskey? It opens it up. If you're at 46%, you've got room to manoeuvre there. I think if you were to try that at 40 and add water, you'd be too watery. It'd taste like watery whiskey.
Aye.
Like
And
Las
Oh
Vegas,
man, all day.
Las Vegas hotel room.
Go and drink
Las
one.
Vegas hotel room.
That's
You've had a sherry cask whiskey before,
yeah, I've had a few. Cherry cask is a bit more spicy usually.
right? That's what I like to hear, because sherry cask, if you've ever had sherry,
That's still just as smooth as that, but the taste is completely different.
it's weird, right? This is jammier.
Yeah,
Aye.
jammy,
Then a sherry.
thicker jam. That's jam's red berry. Yeah, that
Whereas
totally
sherry
mixes.
cask is like fruity, dates,
Yeah,
dried fruits.
Aye,
Yeah.
aye.
This is like
It's-
strawberry jam,
Yeah,
raspberry,
Yeah.
Fruit in a packet.
fruit compote.
Aye.
yeah.
Aye.
Oh, no, you're bang on.
And that's what I really like about that.
No, that is very. You know, if you're saying to somebody like, what's an approachable whiskey? I would say Glenmorangie 10.
So is this aged in a bourbon cask then?
Ex-bourbon casks, yeah. So
Right, so that is also aged in a bourbon
for
cask.
10 years, I'm guessing for 10 years,
That is
And then
that.
finished.
that is
Then
that.
finished in a port
Then,
cask
been,
for 4.
then taken out those barrels and put in port casks. This whiskey is in this whiskey.
You know what I'll say, Barry?
That's fine.
That I do taste that and that. See how I said it's went from green apple to red apple. It's still apple though.
The essence is still
It's
there.
still
right?
it's still apple.
Yeah,
But I definitely do taste this and that, but it's very subtle because I think the port finish
Really overpowers
overtakes it and overpowers it. But
Yeah.
I love
That's
the.
the
I would
idea
I
of
would say I
finish.
preferred that because that feels look it's approachable and things like that. That feels more my style. You know, when
That?
drinking it. Yeah.
That does for me, yeah.
Really plain,
Aye.
simple, light.
But then
But
this
that's
is what we
whiskey.
were talking about earlier on though.
That's whiskey.
Like
yeah.
it's lightness for me, yeah.
Aye,
I
absolutely.
like dark whiskey.
It's
do like
lightness
dark
for me,
whiskey.
yeah.
Well, I seen
But
him.
dark isn't always better because sometimes it's artificial and things like that.
Yeah.
Well,
But I don't know if they're artificial or not.
I don't think they
Glenmorangie,
are.
hit us up.
let us know. You're good at this.
Swipe right and
I
swipe
think
left.
that
and
Doesn't he Tinder
swipe
me?
left.
You just want it.
You wanna know
You
what you're
didn't want any like added stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't do
Well, they
anything
don't.
for the brand.
Scotch whiskey doesn't add anything. They're not allowed to,
No.
except for colouring.
But why? Why? Why?
Why?
I don't want to drink this but want it to look like that. I want to drink this for what it is. I want to drink this for what it is. I didn't want any artificial colourings. I didn't want any additives. I just want it as what it is, and that's the beauty of whiskey. Why add anything to it? Just
Yeah,
say
bro.
that's it.
Yeah, bro.
Thank you
Like
very
and
much.
subscribe. Share the channel.
Cheers.
And
Please like and subscribe
share your
to my
whiskey
man.
moments with us, guys.
Exactly.
You're
Drinking
always right
whiskey.
when you're drinking whiskey.
Drinking whiskey.
That's a good catchphrase.
Boys. Thanks very much for having me on, Barry. Cheers, man.
You're here. You're not going anywhere.
Signing off and signing out.
Yeah.